who's ready for getting into the workout? Woo-hoo! All right, so today we are going to start off with some jumping jacks. Then we're going to do some squats. Then we're going to do some runner lunges. We're going to do our right leg or our left leg. Pick one, do that first. Then we're going to swap versus doing a lunge and a lunge and a lunge and a lunge. We're going to focus on one. These are controlled movements. It's calisthenics. We're using our body weight. And then we're going to do the other one. Okay, so those are our runner lunges. Then we're going to do some sumo squats. So our legs are going to be apart more, and then we're going to squat into that. Then we're going to do a plank, hold our plank, and then we're going to do a plank and do some shoulder taps. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the workout. So, little mister, hi there. Okay, so we've got our workout here. I'm going to adjust this camera down here. Okay. So let me pop this here so I can see what we're doing. We're going to start with jumping jacks. So I'm actually going to adjust my camera back up. Now, most of the time we are doing 10 sets of jumping jacks or something like that. I'm going to stretch us to do 30. If we can't do jumping jacks, what we're going to do instead is the modification of that. So you can do baby little hops, right? Or you can just go up on your toes and do that. Okay, my dear. I'm going to put you over here. All right. We're handling fur children. So let's start with our jumping jacks. Ready? Let's count them out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay with me. 11, 12, 13, 14. You got this. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more, push through it, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, don't give up on yourself, 28, 29, and 30. That is getting our heart rate up so that the rest of our body is good. Now come on down to the mat. Everything else that we're going to be doing, most of everything, going to be from this mat. So let's see here. We're going to push that back a little bit. So let's go into our squats. So in our squats, Ashley will tell you that we don't want our knees to come past our toes. So we want to sit our tushy back, keep our chest up, and even if we can't go down super far, that's okay. The name of the game is keeping your knees behind the front of your toes. So, we'll just start and go down and go like that. So we're going to do 10 of these, and we're going to start from wherever you are. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. If I'm going too fast, you go at your own pace. This is your workout. I'm here as an example for you, not as the perfect example. I think that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slow on the uptick. Ooh, we feel that burn in. Yeah. Okay. Let's do another set of squats. We'll do another set of 10. And this time, focus on keeping your core in. We want to engage your core. And what we really want to do is feel the insides of our thighs on that down. And then as well, feel the back of our thighs on the up. So pay attention to your body. I'm going to encourage you to count with me or count in your own head, your own reps. This brings your focus to your body, and this allows you to have a more mind-body, a stronger mind-body connection. So let's take our position. We'll start with 1,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm making sure I'm coming all the way up. 8, 9, and 10. Fantastic. All right, so now we're going to do our runner's lunge. Pick a left or right side. They're both equally as fantastic. So what that looks like is we're standing here. We're going to advance one leg. I'm going to throw my other one back just a bit. Our toes are pointing forward. We're not pigeoned in. Our toes are forward, and our back toes are slightly turned out. Not much. And what this lunge looks like is coming from this upright position down. We want to get that back knee as close to the ground or on the ground as we can. If you've got bad knees or not so great knees, be careful. Do what modification feels good for you. So we're going to do 10 of these, a set of 10, and we'll get started right now. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be feeling the burn by now.
5,
6,
6,
7,
8,
9, and 10. All right. How we doing? We feeling good?
Feeling
How
good.
we feeling? I love it. I love it. All right. Now we're going to take that same leg and we're going to do 10 on that same side. Okay? So a repeat of what we just did. So we're going to do eventually 20 on this, and then we'll flip and do 10 and 10. So let's go ahead and start that with 1 and 2, 3. I'm engaging my core and getting my leg down as far as possible. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fantastic. All right. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, so now we're going to flip. I'm flipping directions, but that's just for demo purposes. We want to take your other leg forward. So I did my one leg. Now my other leg is forward. Opposite leg is back. Same thing. Our toes are pointed forward. On the front, our back toes are slightly turned out. And the goal here is to get our knee down without, as Ashley would tell us, we don't want that front knee going past our toes. We want to preserve the health of our knees. So, all right, let's get started here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, come up. Let's pedal our legs just for a little bit. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Now get into that same position again. Let's reset. We'll do another set of 10. All right, this is our runner's lunges. Let's start this in 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 more. 9, last one, and 10. Woo, woo, woo. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so that's our right and left runner's lunge. Now we're gonna hop in and do our sumo squats. So regular squats, our legs are about shoulder apart. So if you want to do shoulder length apart and then step out another half of that. So about 1.5 shoulder lengths apart. And now what we're going to do is take our toes and point them just slightly out. What this is going to do is it's going to take this squat and move it from these quads and move it back into our glutes. So let's get in position, set ourselves up. Who's ready for some success? Let's do it. So let's start this with 1 and up, and 2 and up. Now we want to make sure our butt is going back and our knees are not going over our toes. Not usually an issue in this pose. This is 5 and 6. We want to come all the way up so our legs are straight at the end. And 7, I think. 8. Down and up. 9. Down and up. 10. Now let's go side to side. Get our body and our joints moving in there. All right. Now let's set ourselves up and we're going to do another set of 10 of these. All right. Let's go down with 1. As low as you can go. Down and up, that's 2. Down and up, that's 3. Down, up 4. Down, up 5. Down, up 6. Down, up 7. I'm keeping my core engaged here. We don't want sloppy cores. This is 9. You got this. Down, one more 10 and up. Woo! All right, so our booty and our thighs are gonna go work out in that one here. All right, so now let's make our way down to our plank. If we need to get a sip of water, let's go ahead and do that. Get a water break, love on ourselves. Okay, so now we're back on our mats. We're gonna do a plank here. So for a plank, we want our arms about shoulder distance apart. And then we are going to take our feet all the way back, and our toes should be about 3 or 4 inches, maybe a fist apart. So if we go really wide with our toes, wider than our hips, it does not give us the same result. So our hands are shoulder length, pop up, adjust your toes to be 1 fist, like 3 or 4 inches apart. And we're gonna hold this. Breathe through it, in and out. In through your mouth, out through your nose, or in and out through your mouth. Your choice. This is your workout. How long are we holding it? As long as you can, or 1 minute. If you need to take a break, go down to your knees and either hold it there, that's the modification, Or if you're just taking a break, go ahead and do that. And then pop back up. Do not stop breathing because your body, your muscles need oxygen when they are working. Okay. Let's go 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Woo-hoo-hoo! Give yourself a pat on the back. Fantastic. Okay, so that was our plank. So shake that out, do a shoulder shimmy. I love it. Okay, so our next item is a plank. So exactly what we were doing before, but now we are going to tap our shoulders as we're doing that. Go lay down, babe. Go lay down. Good boy. Okay, so we're gonna do a plank with shoulder tap. So same thing as we were doing before, and then we get to tap our shoulders. So let's start. Set ourselves up, get in position. Okay, up. So we've got our hands that are shoulder length apart and our feet that are 4 inches apart. Now we're going to tap, alternate taps. Left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder, and engage the core. We don't want to be swaying all over the place. That's sloppy. Engage your obliques, your side abs, and you can move, but we don't want to sway. So if we're moving, and I'm tapping, we're not swaying. Instead, we are moving and flexing these side muscles so that we remain in control. We want to be in control of our bodies all the time, but especially during our workouts. So tap, 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 tap. Now I'm going to effort us and invite us to do 20 more taps. If you need to take a break, that's okay. I'm taking a break for a few seconds, and then I get right back into it. And we tap, and tap, and tap. And we're just going to keep tapping. Count to 20 from wherever you were. Don't change your counting. And remind yourself to continue breathing. Our muscles need oxygen when they are working. So I'm going to finish up my set here. You finish up your 20 wherever you were at. And when you're done, come down. That is my 20. Okay. Whew. Who is sweating? Arms up if you're sweating. Yeah, we like it. My goal is to make you glisten like a wonderful summer day. And you're actually working your body as well. So Ashley would tell us that we are improving ourselves from the inside out. We're working on our fitness, we're working on our mental, and it's literally coming out of us and making us glisten. All right, so let's go ahead. The jumping jacks were a warm up, so we're gonna dive right in to regular squats. So let's go ahead and stand back up. And then we're gonna get down with those squats. Okay. So with our squats, we want our feet about shoulder lengths apart, maybe a few inches more. And the key here is to keep our core engaged while we are sending our tushy as far back as possible. So tushy goes back. We're not going to hang over and squat. We're going to keep our torso elevated while we're engaging our abs and our core. Our core is at the center of everything, our body, our digestion. And so we want to keep that strong and build it. So nearly everything we're doing today includes our core becoming stronger. So let's get in position. And we're going to make sure our knees don't go past the tops of our toes, our tippy toes. All right, ready? Let's set ourselves up and sink our butts down as far as we can go and back up. That's 1. And down. That's 2. Down. That's 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. And down. 6. Down. 7. Down. 8. Down. 9. Down. And that's 10. Okay. Shake out your feet. My ankles always get a little tired feeling after that. So I like to give them a shake. Make sure they're still alive and kicking. All right, so we're going to do another set of those. We're going to do another set of 10. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just set ourselves up. Go down and up. That's 1. Down and up. 2. Down and up. And down and up. And down, up. I think that's 5. Down and up. 6. Down and up. Down and up. That's 8. Down and up. That's 9. Last one. You can do it. Down and up. And that's our 10. All right. So now let's do our runner's lunges. So pick one leg. They're both equally as beautiful and worthy. Pick one leg, put that in front of us. Take our other leg, send it back. And now our goal, remind ourselves, the goal is for that back knee to come as low to the ground or to the ground as possible, while our front leg is bending, but not having our knee go past our toes. So we want to stay in control. Control is the name of the game. Toes pointed frontwards, our back can be front or slightly out. All right, let's set ourselves up and get ready. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. All right, we're only doing 10 of that on this set, so flip it, and we get to do our other side. So, same deal, toes point forward on our front foot, our back foot. Toes are either pointing forward or slightly turned out. Let's set ourselves up. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. That's 1. 2. Down, up, that's 3. 4. 5. Should be feeling this burn. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, if you're not feeling the burn, it doesn't mean it's working. So we want to feel that burn. All right, so those are our runner's lunges. Let's do our sumo squats now. So we'll go back into a standing position. I'm going to take our legs shoulder length apart and then step out another half of that. So we want 1.5 shoulder lengths apart on our feet. We want to take our toes that are pointed forward and cock them out to each side just a little bit. Give ourselves some room in there. Now, without our knees going past our toes, let's get in position. And we're going to do 10 of these. So down and up. And we don't want to bounce. We want to have full control, deliberate movements. Down and up. That's 3. Down and up. Down and up. That's 5. Down, up, 6. Down, up, 7. Down, up, 8. This should be getting difficult. Down and up, 9. One more. Down and up. That's our 10. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, now let's get back on our mat here. This is what we came here for. We are sweating on our mat. This is mat sweat. So now we're going to get to our plank. I'm going to take my socks off because it's getting pretty toasty in here, which means we're working, which is the goal. So our plank is going to be exactly like what we did before. So we're going to get up on all fours and going to have our hands under our shoulders, shoulder length apart, and our toes are going to go back, and they're going to be, our big toes should be about 3 to 4 inches apart. The closer your toes are, the more your abs are working. So the closer you can make them, the better. Now this is just a holding plank. So we're just going to hold it and look at, well, imagine yourself. We don't want slouching like this, and we don't want a big old downward dog like this. We want to keep our torso and our butt and our legs as flat together as they can be. And we're going to hold that. Now the goal here is to hold it for as long as you can. Usually we like to do a minute. If you want the maximum out of your muscles, push them to burnout. Now this is different than the burnout in our lives that we talked about earlier. This is burnout for our muscles. We want to create that burnout. We want that pressure in our muscles to build up. Keep breathing in and out. You need to take a break, come down to your knees, and then go back up. Let's do 10 more seconds of this, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, 1.5, 0. Look at that, 1% better today. You just showed up for yourself. You're welcome. All right, so now let's do our plank with shoulder tapping. Same thing as we did before. This is going to be our last exercise. So let's make it work. Let's make it count. Let's show up for ourselves a little bit more than we might have thought we could. All right, so let's get in position. Same position as we were at before. Get your hands apart. If you're on your fists, that's not right. We want our hands out and our fingers spread wide. Let's go up to our toes and get in that plank position. And when you feel stable, start tapping. Left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder, right hand to right shoulder. We want to be tapping the opposites. Okay? We've got 1 more minute of this. Keep tapping. If you need a break, come down to your knees for a moment and pause, catch your breath, go back up, or stay on your knees and tap from there. It is a modification. It's perfectly okay to listen to your body. This is your workout. I am an example, not the perfect example. Okay, 30 seconds more. Okay. Tap, tap, and reduce the sway of your body. Remain in full control. You will move, engage those obliques to support you in keeping your body up and stable. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Thank yourself for an amazing workout. And now let's do some stretching. So, stretching is proven to do better after you have worked out. If you're stretching in the beginning of your workout, it's actually not advised. So, we just worked our legs, and we worked our abs, and we worked our arms. All of this was done on our mat, using our own body weight. So, let's stretch our arms over our chest and release that. Do the same thing. Ooh. One of my sides is definitely tighter than the other one. One of my sides is definitely more sore than the other one as well. I'm going to stretch these out. Just go back and forth. Now, we did a lot of work on our thighs. Let's go ahead and take pigeon pose. What that looks like is basically on your mat, a runner's lunge, and then we bring our leg over. We're sitting like this. What this is going to do is stretch out the back hamstring of the leg that is in front of us. And so we get to go down. You can stay up like this, or you can come down to the mat with that leg under you. Sit into it. This should feel very good. I'm going to come up, give a little bit of reprieve, work that joint a little bit because it feels tight. We just worked out, so it should feel tight. Our muscles, when we work out, tear a little bit. That's why it's not advised to work out every single day, 7 days a week, because our body needs time to repair the tears in our muscles. So I'm going to sit into that. I'm going to bring my heel more close to my pelvis so that I feel that deeper in my leg. So this is pigeon pose. Now, whatever leg is in front of you, let's kind of come up to all fours and pull that leg back. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So step that up. Walk it over to the opposite side. Pop that knee down to the floor as close as you can. And sit down into that. Woo-hoo. I feel this in my back hamstring here. Almost going up to my glute muscle. And I feel like I'm stretching that. Now, if it's available to you, you can come down, which is the full pigeon pose. This is actually a yoga pose, but we use it as a stretch in mat sweat and after training our thigh muscles. Breathe here, continue to breathe. Your muscles still need oxygen. Your muscles are recovering, but they are still working. I'm going to come up a little bit and kind of rock just slightly because I want to massage that joint. Okay. So now we get to go on our backs on the mat. So lay flat on our back. And we get to bring our legs, our knees up to our chest. And if we want to, we can grab the inside of our feet from the sole. And this is happy baby. This is a great stretch for your lower back. Looks like everyone is stretching here with us. Go lay down. Klaus, go lay down. Now you can roll back and forth here, side to side, massage your spine. You can push your knees or your feet apart to get more of a stretch in your pelvis. This should feel good. This should not feel like work. Find what feels good to you and enjoy. I'm going to roll side to side to massage my spine as I'm pressing my knees out, because that is, I think, stretching my hamstrings. Continue to breathe. In yoga, this would be like a half shavasana. This is a relaxing pose. This should feel amazing for you. Breathe in, you can hold it and then breathe out, or just regularly breathe in, breathe out. All right, before you get out of this pose, bring your knees to your chest on your own time. Do not try to stand up, just roll up so that you are sitting on your bum with your knees up. Now with this, I'm going to take my neck and I'm going to go right. So my right ear is going to my right shoulder. And I'm going to come back center, and then my left ear goes to my left shoulder. Do what feels comfortable for you. And then I'm going to slowly and gently rotate my neck around and roll my head around. Any direction is fine. We're going to pause and go the opposite direction. Okay, if there are any more stretches that you would like to take, go ahead and take them now. And then we'll make our way back to front and center. This is our final mat sweat session for this week. Next week, we will be back. So look out for an email this weekend as to the dates that we'll be doing it next week. And remind yourself that successful people create time for themselves. This was a 30-minute workout. We've spent an hour about together here today. So just that workout alone is something that you can do in the morning, in the evening, and it requires nothing. If you have carpet, you have everything that you need. So this mat is extra thick because I've got a tailbone that sticks out, and my mat went from a regular yoga mat to a thicker one to a thicker one. And then I found out that they make them and they're an inch thick. So now I can fully roll and my tailbone doesn't get crushed. So find what works for you. If you have extra padding under your floor and your carpet, even better. But the goal here is to create time for yourself. Give yourself the gift of this time. Because we know, based on the research that we talked about, successful people make time for themselves. And so further than that, we want to make sure that we have time to show up for ourselves, because if not, we won't be a successful person. Maybe we will in one area of our life, but the other areas, maybe not so much. So maybe what looks like spending time for yourself is reading. Maybe that's exercise like this. Maybe it's building positive relationships or setting goals and pursuing them, or going to sleep and setting an adult bedtime for yourself. Maybe it's developing multiple streams of income on the business side of things. I usually talk about business and the mindset of business. Didn't do too much of that today. We stayed pretty focused on our mental and our own lifestyle well-being. Don't worry, if you're missing the business, that'll come back pretty soon. It's kind of hard to be around me and not hear about business. But successful people avoid wasting time. So what could you have been doing in this 30 minutes? You could have been watching Netflix. You could have been talking to someone you didn't enjoy. You could have been stuck in traffic. Some of those things are inevitable. We're going to be in traffic. We're going to watch Netflix. But at some level, we get to be responsible for who we are and who we are becoming. And who you are today does not dictate who you will be next week or next month. And certainly, I hope not, please tell me no, certainly not next year. So if you enjoyed this, I am so thankful and honored that you chose to spend this time with me. I appreciate you being here. It so much touches my soul that you chose to be here. So I appreciate you. Look out for another email about when we will be doing this next week, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye for now.